Hi everyone, my name is Shamwil. I was born and I grew up in Cameroon but have been living in Italy since 2016. Welcome to my YouTube channel Indigeno in Civilito. Indigeno in Civilito is an expression, in Italian of course, an expression that was invented by me and which simply means civilized indigenous. Civilized indigenous is virtually an oxymoron, which may sound a little bit off the wall in English, but the idea behind it is quite straightforward, I guarantee. With this expression, I simply want to recall, in a slightly provocative way, the fact that the so-called indigenous peoples were often seen as uncivilized beings by certain European thinkers such as Hegel, Immanuel Kant, and Montesquieu, and many others, and this in contrast with the European peoples who were seen as civilized beings, of course. And let's clarify a possible misunderstanding right away. The word indigenous means native, like a native inhabitant of a region, but this word has lost its original meaning over the century and has come to mean primitive due to a semantic shift. And this idea of uncivilized peoples came from the fact that non-European customs and traditions had their peculiarities which were different from those of the so-called Greco-Roman or Judeo-Christian civilization. And because of these peculiarities, these customs and traditions were seen as uncivilized. They were not seen as civilization. I am the civilized indigenous. I am an indigenous by virtue of my origins. Oh yeah, I belong to the people of the African equatorial forest. But I am also civilized. Oh yes, I have been instilling in my barbaric mind the values, the ideas, the lights of this multimillennial interstellar civilization, which is the Greco-Roman or the Judeo-Christian civilization. Civilized indigenous is obviously a contradiction in terms. It's a parody, it's a provocation, and a provocation which I would like to be a uniting force rather than a polarizing factor. Civilized indigenous is an attempt on my part to unite antipodes and opposites, at least from a linguistic point of view. And if you too feel like opposites and contradictions and whatnots dwell within you, then you are welcome to Civilized Indigenous, the channel of savage geniuses. Make yourself home and don't forget to mark the territory by subscribing to the community of indigenous but civilized folks.